Hi, I'm Joe McDonough, and I'm the president and founder of the Andrew McDonough Be Positive Foundation. I have two children, Allie, who's a junior at the University of Delaware, and Andrew. Unfortunately, I can only hug one of them. My son Andrew died when he was 14 years old on July 14th, 2007. Andrew was a seemingly healthy young man, and on Saturday, January 27, 2007, along with one of your classmates, Chris Somerville, Andrew helped his team win the Pennsylvania State Championship in soccer. 48 hours later, we didn't even know my son was sick. He was diagnosed with leukemia, went into septic shock and cardiac arrest. They told us that my son wasn't going to live through the night. He did. They didn't know how tough my boy was. Over the next 166 days, my son underwent nearly 50 surgical procedures. He had 4 strokes. He had a brain aneurysm. He had meningitis. He had problems with his sight and his hearing. And he had an abdominal wound running almost the entire length of his abdomen that we weren't able to close up. 4 times they told me my son wasn't going to live through the day. Sadly, they were right on the 4th time. And as I said, on July 14, 2007, my son went to heaven. My son is a contemporary of yours. My son is probably about a year, maybe 2 years older than you. It was our worst nightmare. The only thing I ever wanted to be was a dad. And losing my child, there are no words to describe that heartache. But let me tell you one thing that I did not have to worry about. As Andrew was getting chemotherapy, when you get chemo, your platelets go down. And when your platelets go down, your body's ability to coagulate your blood lessens to the point where it really doesn't function. So we would get platelets, and platelets would be run into Andrew's body. And when his hemoglobin was down, they would put red blood cells into his body to strengthen him. One of the things that I never worried about when we were in the hospital was good, clean supply of blood. That was literally a lifesaver for us. And as I would be standing over Andrew, when his platelets would be down, and he would literally be bleeding tremendously, I knew good, clean blood was on its way. There was one time Andrew lost a liter of blood. I don't want to gross you out, but think about taking a 20-ounce bottle of soda, put water in it, red food coloring, and then run that over a white sheet. That's what it looked like in the hospital. But I always knew I could count on people to be donating blood. I didn't know the people, and I don't know most of you, but you have no idea the gift that you can give a family who is standing over their child or their adult relative, their loved one, desperately needing a good, clean supply of blood. I've given blood for years. Now, let me tell you, honestly, is it fun? No, there are a lot of things I would rather do than give blood. I'm not wild about having a needle put in me. Does it sting? Yeah, it stings for a second or two. And that's all it is. And let me tell you, it stings a lot less than the 9 lines that were running through my son, the 20 to 30 medicines that he was on, the nearly 50 surgeries. So what you're going to be able to do is truly a gift. A little bit of pain and a tremendous amount of satisfaction. Within a couple of days, your red blood cells will be right back to where they are. You will not feel a whole lot in terms of pain. You'll get some refreshments afterwards, and you'll be good as new. But if you ever stop and think that this is something you don't want to do, and I don't want to ever force anyone to do anything because I want your heart to be in it, but think about if you were on the other side and your mom or dad or your little brother or sister needed that blood. There are so many people that I owe a debt of gratitude to that I don't even know who they are. But I will never forget the kindness and generosity that they showed by donating blood that then ran through my son's body and kept my son alive. Literally kept my son alive. You have the ability to do that. It's going to be a little scary. I know. I unfortunately don't get a chance to look into your eyes right now, but having spoken here in the past and spoken to other groups, I know it's not something that you're jumping up and down wanting to do. But talk to some of the other people that have done it, and it's not as bad as you think, and the feeling of satisfaction of helping others is so much. I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you, and I encourage you to check us out at bepositive.org, and you can learn more about how you could help us in our fight against childhood cancer. Thank you very much.